Hi there, this is Matt at State of Flux here with a review for Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. This is one that I missed out in theaters. This is, of the movies of the 80s and 90s, this was the only one I didn't catch in the theater, which is kind of a shame because, in all honesty, this is the best of the bunch. I might not like it as much as Batman Returns, but if you watch my Batman Returns review, I don't like Batman Returns as a Batman movie. I think Batman Returns is a really good Tim Burton movie. Of movies about Batman, this is the best of the bunch, and it's the best of the bunch because it's the first one that actually dissects Bruce Wayne and the duality of Bruce Wayne and Batman. This would be touched on again in Joel Schumacher's Batman movie, Batman Forever, which I'll get to probably next week. But this is one that really kind of dissects who Batman is, what it takes to be this dual figure for Gotham. And presents a relatively compelling romance, far more compelling than the romance presented in Batman or Batman Returns, in all honesty, and gives us a great villain who's original, at least to my knowledge, to this film. I think this remains the only Batman movie that has an original villain for the big screen, which is something that these comic book movies, I think, should do a little more often. So we've been so inundated, especially in the Batman world, with repetition of the same bad guys. Even though there's a rogues gallery of dozens of big bads, we've seen maybe 9 or 10 of them, and characters like Joker and Catwoman 3 or 4 times. And that's kind of disappointing. When you're to this level, same thing with the, I would argue, Spider-Man and maybe X-Men villains, I think you should start developing brand new ones for the big screen and make somebody new and iconic that way. When people scoff at that suggestion, I always point to this movie because the Phantasm in this is such a good bad guy. But if that bad guy doesn't work for you for some reason, this movie also has the Joker, and a more cripplingly creepy Joker than was presented in the live-action Tim Burton Batman movie. The Joker in this, as performed by Mark Hamill, who, let's face it, is a great Joker with a great laugh, is so funny and chaotic as his Crown Prince of Crime, with this just sinister laugh, but you get the sense that he's having a blast doing what he's doing, and that's why he's doing it, and stuff like that. There's not a madness per se, it's a fervent enjoyment that he's in on this joke that nobody else is, and hot damn if he's not fantastic. I love the look of this film, which is adapted from Batman the Animated Series, which a lot of people have a lot more fervent love for than I do. I grew up watching that too, and I remember liking it a lot, and certainly there are story arcs, the Ra's al Ghul one comes to mind, that are fan-frickin-tastic, but I do think people kind of romanticize that a little bit, not unlike they do with the X-Men TV show, also of the 90s. Both are great, don't at me, but I do think we romanticize and remember them more fondly than they actually are. But this is a great kind of continuation of that visual style, while also presenting itself as being something completely new that anybody can just jump in on board and watch, and it works as a better launch point for Batman fans or people new to Batman because of the fact that this dives into Bruce Wayne and Batman. You get to know both sides of this tricky character that is far more complex than any of the previous movies would have you believe. So that's where I kind of stand. I think this is the best of the 90s Batman movies, and one that I give a very firm 3 stars to. Let me know what you think of this movie. From what I hear, just yesterday they announced that it's getting, or at least the artwork was on display yesterday for the 4K release of this film that's coming out, which I think I'm going to be picking up because this is a film, weirdly enough, I don't own. I had to hit up on a rental, so I'll probably end up picking this one up. I watched it with my daughter, and she dipped out at one of the Joker scenes where there's a dude tied to the chair with the like sinister smile and stuff like that, and she's like, "Too creepy, I'm done." And that's unusual for my daughter, but so if you have little ones, maybe this is a little too intense. But anyway, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, let me know your relationship with this film. Do you love it? I loved it back in the day, but I think I have more of an appreciation for it now as a comic book reader as well, with how they tackle the Batman of it all. And rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. You were a great Batman voice, and honestly, when I read Batman comics out loud and stuff like that, I used to do a little bit of the Christian Bale voice here and there, but more just to amuse myself. When I'm honestly reading Batman comics or scripts or something like that out loud, I always read dialogue out loud. I always do my best interpretation of Kevin Conroy. So I'll leave that. Sit there. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.